Welcome back, everybody, to more Atlas Reactor here on Additional Pylons Games. We're continuing our overviews with all the different characters, and today we're playing with Orion, Atom Manipulator with a special suit. I don't know. He basically does lasers. That's about as much as you need to know. Support character, pretty good health, decent damage, decent survivability, and a higher level of difficulty, at least the way that they rate him. So let's go ahead and take a look at his abilities. First thing you'll notice, he doesn't have any escapes spells, so that kind of gives a little bit different twist on his survivability. So here we go. We've got Empyreal Ruin, blast enemies with energy, 22 damage in the center, 16 to those outside the center, and ignores cover. So this ignores cover at all times, which, you know, comes in handy. Shards, increase the outer explosion radius by 10% per shard. I'll explain. Basically, you can see the shards floating above his head. This is a passive ability that he gains. He gains a shard for every 20 energy that he holds, and then his abilities power up the more shards that he has. So he's kind of opposite of a number of characters who want to expend their energy really quickly. A lot of times as Orion, you want to keep your energy so that your other abilities are powered up. Anyways, 1 additional damage per shard is our mod. And moving on, we've got Fate Transfer. This is our prep spell, 3-turn cooldown. You grant yourselves 20 shields and redirect 75% of the damage an ally takes to you. All damage taken from this ability converts directly into energy. So this is one way for us to gain a lot of energy. If you have a tank that's going to take a lot of damage, you take the damage for him, a fair amount of the damage for him, along with some shields. Shards, you gain an additional 3 shields per shard. So the more shards you have, the more shields you have, the more potential that you don't take any damage and your tank takes very little damage as well. Rebuild is our mod. We get 20% of the healing, or sorry, you heal for 20% of the damage that you took through this ability. So this, again, it helps to keep your ally alive, and in return, you get a large amount of energy if they take a lot of damage. Quantum Core, this is a free action, so we can use it with other abilities on the same turn. 3-turn cooldown, prep ability, target an ally as a focal point of energy. When they're hit, an explosion erupts for 15 damage. Our mod, Benevolent, your target gains 2 shields per shard. So again, if you have a tank, you can put this on him, and then if he takes a lot of damage, especially from melee freelancers like Pup or a lot of your frontliners, they're going to get a lot of kickback from this 15 damage per hit. So if you have 3 enemies that hit them, that's going to be 3 explosions for 45 damage potentially. And then a little bit of shields helps to guard against that. And then when used in conjunction with Fate Transfer, you can put a lot of shields on a tank, have them deal a lot of radial damage to enemies, and take very little damage themselves because it's all transferred to you. 4-turn cooldown prep, Astral Fusion. This is our next ability. Heal your target for 10 health per turn over 2 turns. Heals, so we heal ourselves on the first turn's amount if used on an ally. So this allows us to regain a little bit of health as well. Target gains 2 additional health per turn per shard. That's our shard ability. So that's good. And our mod increases the healing by 1 per shard. So again, having the more shards that we have, the more energy that we have, the greater healing that we give, the more shields that we give an ally, all sorts of stuff, good stuff. Finally, Cosmic Flare. This is our main ability. This is our ultimate ability. Consume all the shards that you have, gain 25 health, and deal 30 damage in an area. So you can see it's a pretty big radius there on the little preview. We have a passive, gain a shard for every 20 energy held, like I explained. Half of damage taken converts into energy, so taking damage also gives us more energy. And the bad side is that we lose 75% of energy on death. Energized does not affect energy gain through taking damage. So that's the other thing too, is that if you get energized, that's a power up, then basically you don't gain additional energy from taking damage through that. Our mod, Energy Accumulation. Each turn you're at maximum energy, increase the healing by 3 to a maximum of 15. So potentially, if you hold your ultimate for long enough, if you hold your shards for long enough, then you can heal 40 health instead of 25. So that's helpful as well. For catalysts, you can see 3-turn cooldown, 3-turn cooldown, 4-turn cooldown. I've gone for Second Wind, again, just to keep ourselves in the fight. Turtle Tech, again, to mitigate some damage, and Shift to get us out of tight spots because it's our only escape. So let's go ahead and get into it.
is the true path.
We've got Suren, Rask, and L on our team. So Rask is actually a pretty ideal candidate for having on our team, so that we can buff him up with those buffs, with the fate transfer and with the shields, or sorry, whatever it is, I forget the ability, but the ability where he explodes if he gets hit. Because Rask doesn't mind if he gets hit. He doesn't mind if he takes damage because he's going to regenerate. He's going to set off his ultimate. So good stuff. So as Orion, we're going to try and hang back our primary ability, our main attack, the Empyreal Ruin. It has a pretty good range on it, and it ignores cover, so we can be in cover and still target enemies and deal full damage to them. So that's pretty handy. So we're going to see where our allies go. They're going to come over here to the right, and we're going to come here behind cover.
A new world awaits.
So there we go. Both teams went to the right. Pretty predictable. Rask is going to go in. He's going to go in hard. And so we're going to give him fate. We want to give him fate transfer next turn. We don't have enough range here to do damage, but we can do 16 damage to Helio, and then we'll move up.
A foregone conclusion.
I'm looking for a slice of life. Your life, to be exact.
All right, that's interesting. Garrison launched over there.
Bouncing
Bombs! Hurts, doesn't it?
All right.
your life privilege has been revoked.
See, we did full 16 damage there. Not high amount of damage, but we don't have to worry about cover, which is handy. So Rask, let's give, oh, we can't target him actually. That's unfortunate. Alright, so let's give shields to Suren. And then let's move back this way.
I know how this plays out.
I won't let you out of my
Ouch. That's not good.
12 out of 11 on the Richter scale.
Good damage from Rask.
Oh!
Alright, that's not good. We're in a little bit of a pickle. You can see there that I took damage instead of Suren taking damage, which in this instance is not too handy because I'm the one that's in danger, not him. You can see I've got 3 shards up there, and I'm in such a position where I'm going to go ahead and get out of dodge. So we're going to teleport back this way, and we're going to help out L as well. So L's going to get a little bit of shields from us.
Pain begets pain. Activating catalyst.
And if she does take any damage, then she's going to have that radial explosion, which will deal some damage to Garrison.
I smelt it and dealt it.
So there we go.
Did you anticipate
So it's
this?
not... Yep.
No harm, no fun.
So it doesn't make up for the fact that she took a lot of damage, but it's still, it's something. It's helpful, at least. Alright.
Pain gives me strength.
Let's go ahead and heal up L. And we're gonna move back this direction. Alright.
Onward to greatness.
So we wanna kinda get out of the fight. Get out of here.
Oh, please, don't look so surprised.
But you can see that she
It'll
healed
make
for
an
19
ugly
instead of the
corpse.
regular 10. That's because we're pretty full on shards, and she gets additional healing per shard from our mod. So that's handy.
I make these rounds myself.
Alright, so we're at full energy.
Real good.
So we're at full energy. That means our abilities are going to be
You better hide.
very, very powerful. Garrison is on our tail. So I'm going to try and tank this first one. deal damage there to Helio, and then come down here for healing.
The conduit opens for me.
So thankfully, Helio's blast went away from me.
I will have the upper hand.
Come on. Target Helio.
We stand firm in the storm. Don't test me.
There it is. 2 down. Unfortunately, Suren is probably going to die because she's still in this little bubble here. Let's do Fate Transfer on... Unfortunately, we cannot target Suren. So we're not going to do Fate Transfer. So we're going to heal ourselves up. And come back here to the fight.
I see all.
Thank you, even though that's kind of useless.
Holding back.
If you want to give me, let's play.
So a useless ultimate
all
from
dust in the wind.
Rask. Elle trying to get herself out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and shield. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and use my ultimate. And then run up this way. So this is gonna heal me for quite a bit.
Have I got a surprise for you?
And we're also gonna do a fair amount of damage to both these guys up here.
Let me take a snapshot.
Oof. Alright.
Just
Big
what
heal
I
and big damage.
Bring focus to my power.
So there we are. We survived. It's not pretty, but we survived.
Ready? On 3.
Alright.
We have unfinished business.
So we're going to do that on Rask. Shield him, heal him up, and then we're going to come down this direction. So we're in a pretty tight spot right now. This is one of the things that I know about Orion is that his abilities shield, but he doesn't necessarily heal on all of his support abilities, which can be difficult.
Adapt or die.
If done well,
Added a little kick.
if done well, then shields are, you know, they're very helpful, but a lot of times, more so with bots, you're not able to predict movement, and therefore it's much harder to keep an ally shielded than it would be for a normal character, for a player character. We're going to move down here.
When dawn breaks, it is we who will remain.
So Suren shielded herself, even though she's basically in no danger whatsoever.
Battle.
Pain is fuel.
And it looks like Rask and I are getting hit pretty hard. Oh,
Take losses.
dang it. So, you can see Orion is he's pretty difficult, to say the least. So this is where all my allies are. So let's go ahead and, yeah, I like that spot
My
actually.
time has come.
Alright. Elle is giving herself a buff. Suren, you need to get the heck out of there.
Hands off the tank.
Time to cut you down to size.
Keep your eye on the burning.
Alright. Suren did no damage on that. And she targeted Garrison instead of Oz, who she could have killed. Potentially. So Suren looks like she's going to be the final kill
Is eternal.
for the enemy team. Let's move down here.
I lead all to victory.
Something for everyone.
Alright, so Suren still has her dash catalyst and her dash ability. So if she's smart, she'll get the heck
Call that
out.
a hit?
Forging some faces.
No, actually she didn't.
Piston power.
Neither her nor Elle decided to use their dashes. Alright. So let's use Fate Transfer on Suren. We'll also use Quantum Core on her. And then we're going to stay right where we are, actually.
With certainty.
Give her some shields. 2 shields. But Fate Transfer is going to come in handy.
I am the light.
Alright. So we took some damage away from Suren. We could potentially kill Garrison. But it looks like we're targeting Helio instead. So let's go for that, and then move down this direction. So Suren, for some whatever reason, is coming back here in the middle. Not wise.
You cannot hide.
Sidestepping tough.
Wow.
The conduit is open.
Alright.
I can no longer contain it.
So this is a pretty good area control here for us. I'm going to go ahead and heal Suren. Try and keep her in the fight. And then come over this direction just a little bit.
You've won my favor.
Alright. So now we're going after Garrison, apparently.
Crack in. Same day delivery.
Some
Age did nothing for
big
your
damage there. Unfortunately, it's a miss for Elle.
Trade secret.
And Suren is in... Nope, that's it. That's the game. Gremlins Inc. comes in, does a nice big explosion to finish it off. So, that's Orion.
The next move
Pretty...
is ours.
Yeah, whatever. Pretty difficult support character. I will admit, not my best game with him either. I have done much better with Orion, but it is what it is. Anyways, so we got a mission completed, which is good. And we'll just make the best of it. So, hit like and subscribe. Check out some of the other series going on the channel. Leave a comment below if you have any tips, any questions about using Orion. So thanks again for tuning in for another character overview here on Additional Pylons Games. Tune in next time as we continue on working with the different support characters. So thanks again, and we'll see you then.